All right, let's get into it. We're going to talk about your financial career today. And I want you to think about it like this. You're the artist. You're the talent, right? And your main goal is to go from being the opening act to being the main stage headliner. But to do that, you need some backing. You need a real strategy. And that whole strategy, it all starts with something called credit. So for real, think of yourself as the CEO of You Incorporated. You've got the vision, you've got the hustle. But all those big dreams, getting that first car, going to college, moving to a new city, all that stuff costs money. So the real question is, how do you fund the dream when you're not exactly swimming in cash?
Well, the answer is credit. But look, don't get it twisted. This is not free money. It's a financial tool, a promise that you're going to pay for something later. And if you mess it up, it can be a trap for sure. But if you manage it the right way, it's like a real-life superpower that can open up doors you never even knew were there.
Okay, so if credit is your superpower, you got to know how to actually use it. In the music world, an artist is always looking for that record deal to fund their album. Well, in your financial life, you're looking for a credit deal. But listen, not all deals are the same. So let's break down the different types you're going to see. First up, you've got credit cards. The best way to think about these, they're like your first mixtape. You drop it to get your name out there to start building up some buzz. Credit cards are for those smaller everyday things like gas, groceries, maybe some online shopping. They are a great way to start building your financial rep one small purchase at a time. Next up, we've got auto loans. I mean, an artist can't get to their fans without a ride, right? This is your tour bus. A car gets you to school, to your job, to where the opportunities are. And since most of us don't have thousands in cash just laying around, an auto loan lets you get that ride you need, and you just pay it off month by month. And what about student loans? This is you investing directly in your own talent. It's like a producer learning to master new beat-making software, or an artist taking vocal lessons to perfect their craft. Yeah, you're taking on some debt now, but you're doing it to seriously level up your skills and how much money you can make in the future. It is a long-term investment in You Inc. And then there's the biggest career move of all, a mortgage. This is the biggest deal most people are ever going to sign. For an artist, the ultimate dream is to build their own state-of-the-art recording studio. For you, a mortgage is that long-term play, to own your own home, which is a major asset that builds your wealth over time. This is the headliner deal right here. So you've picked your deal, whether it's the mixtape, the tour bus, or the studio. But just like signing with a record label, you absolutely have to read the contract. Getting signed by a lender comes with some awesome perks, no doubt, but it also comes with real obligations. You gotta understand the fine print. So let's break down this deal. On one side, you've got all the good stuff. The convenience of not having to carry cash, the power to make those big purchases, and, most importantly, the chance to build your financial reputation. But on the other side, there's always a catch. You've got interest, you might have fees, and every single thing you do is going to impact your future score. So let's talk about interest for a sec. A record label gives you the money to make your album, right? But then they take a percentage of the sales as their cut. Well, a lender does the exact same thing. Interest is their cut. It's the fee you pay them for loaning you the cash to make your big career moves. In the music industry, your reputation is everything. Well, in the financial world, that whole rep gets boiled down to a single number. Think of it like a player rating in a video game like NBA 2K. We're talking about your overall score. And this shows you the whole scale right here. Your financial player rating, your credit score, goes from 300 all the way up to 850. A 300, that's like a rookie who just got drafted and can't even hit a free throw. But an 850, man, that's GOAT status. That's the Hall of Fame. And your number on this scale literally determines what kind of contracts or loans you can get. And here's the most important part. This isn't just a number to brag about. A higher score is like a real-world cheat code. It proves you're a trustworthy player, so lenders give you much better deals with lower interest rates. A high score can save you thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime on that tour bus and that studio. So how do you get that 99 overall rating? Well, you can't just buy it. You've got to grind. You have to put the work in at the gym. To get your overall rating up, you have to focus on leveling up the specific stats that make up your score. Okay, so let's break down the stats that make up your rating. Just look at this chart. The two biggest pieces of the pie are your payment history, that's 35%, and the amounts you owe, that's 30%. Together, that's 65% of your entire score. That is where you have to focus your training. The other three, length of history, new credit, and your credit mix, they fill out the rest. But those first two, they're the heavy hitters. Let's start with the biggest one, payment history. This is your clutch rating. This is the fourth quarter, game on the line. Are you going to hit the game-winning shot? Paying your bills on time every single time proves to lenders that you're reliable when the pressure's on. This is the foundation of your entire financial rep.
The second biggest stat is amounts owed, which is also called your credit utilization. Here's a social media way to think about it. Your total credit limit is like your followers' attention span. If you post 50 stories a day, you max out their attention, and they're going to start tuning you out. It's the same thing with credit. If you max out your cards, lenders see that as risky. So the pro move is to keep how much you use below 30% of your limit. All right, let's bring it all home. We've gone over the deals, we've gone over the stats. So now, how do you put it all together to actually become that financial headliner? Okay, here's the playbook. These are the pro gamer moves to get you to that headline status. Number 1, pay on time always. It's non-negotiable, it proves you're reliable. 2, keep that credit usage under 30% to show you're not stretched too thin. 3, build a long history. The older your accounts, the more stable you look. 4, only apply for new credit when you really need it, so you don't look desperate for cash. And 5, mix it up with different kinds of credit, like cards and loans, to show you can handle anything. Nail these 5 moves, and you are on your way.
Okay, let's end with this scenario. Your favorite artist, maybe it's NBA YoungBoy, is in town for just one night. Tickets are $150. You don't have the cash, but you've got the credit card. This is your first big CEO decision. Do you use that credit superpower for a short-term win, knowing that it comes with a cost? Or do you save it for a different career move? Look, there's no single right answer. The important thing is that now you know how to weigh the deal. So, what's your next move?